So let's plow ahead here. So I'm sitting at this bar, right? I'm watching the game with this guy, and this guy calls the bartender over to order some food, and he goes, "Yeah, listen, I want to order." You sure I didn't tell it on this one?
I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to tell it again.
Yeah, it gives a shit.
Such a great story.
Yeah, because you were talking about, remember, it led us on to that KFC shit and everything. We didn't
talk about that shit. All right, so anyway, so the guy calls the bartender over, and he goes, "Yeah." I goes, "Yeah, listen, I want to order a custom burger." And I'm like, who the fuck does that? Who the fuck orders a custom burger? Well, evidently, this guy had this burger at this bar in New Jersey. It's called a Duck Buster, D-U-C-K Buster. I got to give these guys credit because they really went above and beyond. So evidently, this dude ate it, and he loved it so much. He goes to this bar, and he goes to order it. So I'm listening to him order it, and the guy goes, "All right, what do you want?" He goes, "All right, this is what I want you to do." It's like that Jack Nicholson thing. I want you to hold it between your knees. It's like that fucking thing. He basically goes, "I want you to make 2 grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato and bacon in them." He goes, 2 grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato and bacon in them. And then I want you to use those 2 grilled cheese sandwiches as the bread for the cheeseburger. So the 2 sandwiches were the bun.
Yeah.
And then you were totally blown away the first time, but you already heard it, so it's through the excitement of it's going. And then he had another then he had like a half pound of beef in there with cheese on top of that.
And I will say it again. That sounds amazing. And if I could get it right now, I'd go get it. The problem is we're getting that. The problem is that probably cost him $20 because
Yeah, that's like two orders of a grill. This is what Joe.
I would eat that.
I really, Joe?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
I would eat it.
You know what? One time I was sitting there shooting the shit with Joe, and I didn't realize until he got to his second donut that he was actually just sitting across from me eating a bag of donuts.
What's wrong with donuts?
And it was like 2 p.m, Joe.
So what? I've seen you on many occasions eat pancakes with chocolate chips and shit in them.
No, you haven't.
Or bananas
no, you
or whatever.
Haven't. Bananas. That's good for you.
But dude, pancakes are no worse than a goddamn donut, dude. It's fried batter.
Joe.
What?
I don't have the knowledge to fucking actually back up that I know I'm right. Pancakes are not as bad as donuts. Dude, donuts, you're trying to get fat. You're trying to get fat.
You take a stack of pancakes, you put butter and syrup on them. You think that's a stack of pancakes?
What's in a
worse than
donut, Joe? It's fucking pure sugar having an orgy with butter.
What's in a pancake? Pure
batter. It's not pure suger.
Donuts are batter.
No, they're not. Joe, let me tell you something right now.
Don't you? First of all,
don't you?
They're dough.
Don't you fuck? You don't know how to make one, Joe.
Yes, I do.
You've made a donut,
Bill. It's batter that you deep fry.
It's sugar coagulating with butter. That's all it is.
Bill, you're wrong.
I am not wrong.
Bill, you're making this up right
Joe,
now.
I'm going to kick you off this fucking show. I'm not wrong on my own podcast.
Rip a donut open. It's bread, dude.
I know it is, you cunt. It's not as bad as a pancake, though. They're both not healthy, but it's not as bad as a pancake.
I'm saying a stack
Joe,
of
first of all,
pancakes
don't
for
you
breakfast versus
shut up.
one donut
Shut
at 2 p.m. It's the same thing.
Fucking face.
You're wrong.
Joe, first of all, there's nothing. Don't you... Don't disrespect pancakes. No, I don't.
Stammering here.
I'm going to tell you, I have a fucking... Pancake, pancakes are like that buddy of yours who you don't want anybody to talk shit about, but they're slightly retarded. That's what pancakes are for me. That's how I used to fucking. No, you don't understand,
You're
Joe.
bending the rules. You like to go to your little fucking pancake.
No, that's not it, Joe. That's how I used to make money on the road. When I was on the road and I wasn't making shit, and I'm out there by my fucking self, not talking to anybody. Back before I even had a fucking cell phone, Joe. A lot of people didn't have cell phones in the late '90s. I was one of them. Okay, and I fucking would be out there in the middle of goddamn nowhere. Oh, actually, by then I got a cell phone, but I'd be so in the middle of nowhere, it was like on that roaming thing. And this is how I would make money, because I wasn't making any fucking money. Because what I would do is I would either go to Denny's or I would go to the IHOP, and I would get their large stack of 5. And, dude, it is not sugar. It's like fucking cement. And you would just pour that in, and it would mold to the shape of your stomach. And it would sit there, dude. You eat that at fucking 8, 9 in the morning, and then go do a nooner, and then drive to Colorado Schools of the Mines or some fucking Rhinelander, Wisconsin fucking gig, and you would not be hungry for 12 hours. And that way I was able to skip meals and I could cut down on my food costs. Okay? You tell me you eat a sack of fucking donuts in the morning and you can go 12 hours without eating. You can't. First of all, you'd pass out behind the fucking wheel because of all that sugar. And you know that's fucking true, Joe. I want you to retract your statements about pancakes.
I will not. I will not.
Well, you will
retract
deal
my
with the
statement.
ramifications of this, Joe, because I have podcast listeners, and they are very vocal, and they email. It's not as bad as a fucking donut.
This is what you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying a stack of pancakes is as bad as one donut. I'm not saying a pile of donuts is equal to a pile of pancakes.
Okay, wait a minute.
If you eat a stack of pancakes in the morning, that's as bad as eating one donut, Bill.
I disagree.
Let's look it up on the goddamn internet right now.
No, look, Joe, because what you're doing is you're equating calories to being equally bad. Okay,
Bill,
look, Joe. I can eat.
For you. No,
shut.
Way you
Did I just shush
it.
you? I did, Joe. I can eat fucking 400 calories of apples, and you can eat 400 calories of donuts. What the fuck is worse?
Bill, pancakes are not. There's
apples.
Nothing about pancakes.
You're gonna shit yourself, Joe.
There's nothing about pancakes that are good for you at all.
Well, shit. Did they ever put fucking bananas or any sort of fruit on the side when you get a donut? They don't. You put fruit. They put blue.
They fill it with a delicious fruit filling.
Dude, you know what? That time to make the donuts guy jizzes into them. That's what the fucking filling is.
Bill, come on.
Whatever. Every once in a while, I like to be a first grader.
Bill, I like a little donut here and there. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. I think a lot
I don't
of
like
your
how you're saying it like you like
too.
a finger in your ass.
Well, I like that too.
All right, let's move on here. Okay.